What's up, you guys? It's Kenyatta Victoria here, back for another video. And first of all, I just want to say thank you guys so much on all the love that has been shown on my last video that talks about colorism on Disney, referring to Coco Jones. I just want to say thank you for just all the love. I do have a lot of new subscribers now, so let me introduce myself. My name is Kenyatta Victoria. I am a journalist and I discuss the aspects of Black media, from pop culture, movies, music, television. I do character breakdowns, I do motivation, all of that. So hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you guys, if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, and let's get right into the video. So as you can see from the title, I want to talk about the new Netflix movie Cuties. And you guys, I'm sure all of you know what Cuties is. If you don't, it is a new Netflix series. It's supposed to be a coming of age story, and it grabbed a lot of traction on social media after videos and pictures such as these came out, and it just had everybody in an uproar. And so I am a journalist, so I had to watch the movie because I don't want to judge. I don't want to, already have an impression in my head before watching the full movie. So let's just get into what the movie is supposed to be about. Cuties is a 2020 French coming-of-age drama film written and directed by Maimouna Delcourt. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. It is her feature editorial debut. The plot revolves around a Senegalese French girl with a traditional Muslim upbringing who's caught between traditional values and internet culture. According to the filmmakers, the film is intended to criticize hypersexualization of pre-adolescent girls. Plotline: this girl, Aminata, and her friends call her Ami. She is a young girl. She's about 11 years old, and she basically wants to fit in with these girls. They call themselves the Cuties. They're a dance group, and she thinks they're really cool. And so yeah, so Ami wants to become friends with these girls, and the way she tries to fit in is trying to join their dance group. And she becomes really consumed with getting likes and becoming popular and becoming known for her sensuality. She wants to embrace her sensuality. She wants to, be like the girl she sees on the internet. She starts to kind of change her ways. She becomes very, very obsessed with internet culture. She becomes obsessed with the idea of, being sexy and showing skin and, kind of being like this fantasy of like showing your body, shaking, all of that stuff, y'all, like all of that stuff. Within the plot, it develops, and she basically becomes a whole different person. She changes and becomes an entire different person than she was in the beginning. Consumed with likes, she was consumed with wanting to grow up and not being seen as a little girl, even though she is a little girl. And she just became really, really obsessed with that, and things just took a turn for the worst. I want to talk about the director's point of view. So prior to me watching the film, I watched the director, her video on what the film was supposed to be about. And she was basically saying, it's about the intersectionality of trying to find yourself meshing between different cultures. You have Muslim culture, you have internet culture, you have being a young girl in a Senegalese household, trying to uphold this image for her mother, but also trying to find herself and figure out like who she wants to be through internet culture, through likes, through social media, through dressing different, through seeing how women dance, through seeing how women, embrace their sexuality. When I watched her take on it, I was like, okay, this sounds really, really interesting. This sounds super, informative. It sounds like a good coming of age story, right? And so now we get into my thoughts. My opinion on the movie is, I feel like this movie would have been good had the girls in the movie been a little older. Like, this would have been a lot better if the girls were maybe in high school, maybe like 18 years old, legal, because what was shown in the film, I feel like that was way too much for like 11-year-old girls to be doing. I'm gonna insert some pictures of what I can post on here because you guys, like, when I say like jarring, like, I'm not even kidding. I I never have to see that movie again. It was very raw, it was very real, but I don't think it was appropriate for like the actresses to be so young doing what they were doing. Like they're dancing in front of men, like shaking their bodies and, you know, opening their legs, exposing themselves, and, you know, showing their bodies, showing their private areas. Like, y'all, it was a lot. And I just feel like that was not meant to be, that did not need to be shown from such young actresses. These girls are so young and they have such a long career ahead of them. I don't understand why we had to pick such young actresses. I'm looking at the parents different, because why would y'all sign y'all kids up for something so like intense and vulgar? Like, I definitely feel like the message was a good message. It's a great coming of age storyline. Like the storyline, great coming of age storyline, great idea. I just wish the girls would have been like older, because 11 years old, that's so young, and I feel like that's way too much for like even actresses to be dealing with. Like, you showing your body and trying to take your clothes off, like that is too much, especially for little girls. Like, little girls are so fragile, their minds are fragile. Like, that's a very fragile state to be an 11-year-old watching or having to, you know, go through these things as an actress. It wasn't a very good move on the director's part. I definitely feel like we should have got older actresses. Every scene, my mouth was just like wide open. Like, I was very just shocked, and it was very triggering. Like, I was not a fan of it. It was too much. I was literally like screaming at the TV. Like, my mouth was just like, oh my God, like, oh my God. And so with all the backlash of the movie, I can definitely see like how the cancel Netflix trend started. If you guys don't know, there was an entire cancel Netflix hashtag on Twitter. It was #1 trending, and I know that Netflix isn't gonna get canceled, because in all actuality, cancel culture does not work, especially for big established brands, established people. Like, that does not work. And so I knew Netflix wasn't going to get canceled, but I definitely think that this needs to be handled. And I definitely think that, you know, this is a conversation that needs to be had, because this was a really intense film, and I definitely feel like hypersexualization of little girls is not something to play with. And I definitely think that I don't think this was like the right film to make at this time. So I want to read you guys' tweets, because, you know, this is another version of Twitter talk in a sense, and I want to read you guys' tweets and get you guys' opinion. So this tweet says, why can't Netflix simply remove Cuties? It's causing way too much controversy. Is Netflix under some sort of contract where they have to have that movie on their own platform for a specific amount of time? Surely Netflix has the money to breach the contract. Just effing remove it. And then this tweet says, I've been very reluctant to cancel Netflix because of the amount of entertainment that they provide on such a low cost. But now that I see it, it's very clear where my money is. In regards to shows that normalize pedophilia such as Cuties, I'm gonna have to cancel Netflix. This tweet says, I don't need to watch Netflix Cuties to know that they're promoting pedophilia. The trailer was enough. This tweet says the directors, producers, and creative directors of this film all need to be jailed immediately. Overall, I definitely think that this film was not the right move. I definitely think that there should have been older girls, because this was not okay. I was very uncomfortable watching this, and like I said, I don't ever have to see it again. But I wanted to definitely start the conversation of, you know, if you guys have seen the movie, if you guys have watched the movie, if you guys have any thoughts on the movie, please let me know. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you click the link in my bio below to view my website, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.